backs. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. I shared it there twice. I probably did. Yeah. Oh, be well, be one Kenobi. Such is life. Such is life. Something neat kind of happened. I'm talking with her name's Stephanie King. I almost called her Steven. Sorry, Stephanie. I remember the name of the place. I'm losing my spot here. Okay, here we are. Hey there. Yay, you have internet again, and you're not in a meeting. So good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. So I was talking to my friend Stephanie. She's a friend now, acquaintance. We haven't met. I can't remember the name of her company. I'm trying to find it, and it's not there either. Silly. Then I can go to here. Well, I'm going to show you guys something real quick here. Right here. No, we'll wait on that. But what they're having is confronting mental health and substance abuse, a path forward through collaboration. Well, there is a person that ducked out. There was a person that ducked out, and they asked me, or not unable to make it, ducked out. And they asked me to come on. So February 8th, I'm going to be on a panel talking about confronting mental health and substance abuse. I don't think they realized who they picked. Whew, we'll see, and we'll see what happens. It is nice. It is nice that to be asked, and I'll be professional. I'll be, I'm always professional. All right. So let's talk about alcoholism, the family disease. Because we don't talk about this enough, that alcoholism is a family disease. It involves all those about us. Okay. Every single person. We might even affect somebody just walking down the street. Where I was drinking, so I walked down the street. It'd be like, hey, good job, MFer. Now it's going to be pulling over. Are you okay? Do you need help? Would a couple of extra bucks help you? Would it? Right? Some people tell me, what's the money for? Well, I want to go get a drink. Okay, well, I'll help you go get it. I said what I said. Okay. Do you think I'm going to stop talking to him after I'm done getting him that drink? No. I'm going to use that drink to start planning some things. Can I get him sober at that point? No. But I am going to plant some seeds. Why? Because this person has a family. And they're probably wondering where they're at. They're probably fucking worried sick about him. Right? See, when we go through this, I didn't realize how bad I was hurting my fucking parents, man. Hey, Trev, good to see you, man. We're getting kind of consistent here, you and I, Trev. You don't mind that, do you? If you do, tell me. I'll call you Trevor. It's just an old habit. My brother's name is Trevor, and that's what I call him. So it's just kind of a habit. So we have a couple of different ways that we can talk about this. Hey, Patricia, I'm glad you showed up. I'm going to go for more. There's the spiritual side, which is going to be considered AA, and more of a educational side. Okay. We're going to go with the educational side. But what I want you to do while we're going through this is there's 6 different types of dysfunction in a dysfunctional family. You may find that you have traits of 1 or 2 of these, or you just may be dead on one, right? So, but what I ask is that you keep an open mind, because I have found that even though we have alcoholism, there are other things that may come up, like codependency. You think when it comes to our kids, we don't utilize codependency? I know I do. Okay. Is that going to help them learn? Is it going to, in my house, it was, if you're going to take, if you were going to take a paper clip and stick it into the light socket, my dad wasn't going to stop you. No, he was going to let you learn your lesson. Okay. So I figured out how to do it right way. You got to put something to stop it, like paper, rubber. It'll stop you from getting electrocuted. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. I don't do this very often because it makes it feel more like it's treatment or something. I don't like doing that. But let's do this. All right. No. Oh, no. I do kind of want to share this. This is what I'm going to be on. This is this is where I'm going to be moderating. So if you want to join us, it's going to be in Westminster. I think they're doing another one. I think they're doing live also, or Zoom. But this is the one that I wanted to get to. The 6 dysfunctional family roles and their characteristics. Now, keep in mind, I will not be able to see I won't be able to see anything on screen. So if people come in, please don't get mad and say nothing. If you're writing, I don't say nothing. It's because I can't see it yet. All right. Dysfunctional family roles can be flexible, meaning that one person may be predominantly encapsulated one role, but can easily fill it another if a shift happens and another role is vacant. Even if parents are well-meaning, it is incredibly difficult not to perpetuate the experience that they went through within their family of origin and transfer those same unhealthy patterns and roles to their marital or nuclear family. Okay, so what they're saying is this dysfunctional starts off because it is a generational curse. And my friends, if you are one of those people where you have gone through where you have the not yets, you are in a great place. You're in a really good place to end it. My kids I couldn't do it, okay, but my kids are doing it. Good on them, right? It's being done. Now if I would have stayed sober when I was 18, then yes, it would have happened, but no, it didn't. So we're calling it what it is, right? That's just what we're doing. The scapegoat, this is where we're all going to feel it the most. Okay. But keep in mind, you may not be in just one class. So the scapegoat, with a dysfunctional family, the scapegoat is cast aside and blamed for problems that may very well have nothing to do with them. There were a lot of times I got in trouble that I didn't do, but my brother was not willing to take responsibility for them. And because I was the little boy that cried wolf, it had to be me, right? So I didn't do it, but because of my actions from before, it showed that I probably did. Happened all the time to me. Children are scapegoated are often very aware of their role in the family and may feel rejected, unlovable, and isolated. Yes, I went through this and I was very aware of my role. My role was I was to keep things consistent. I was to keep things right, truthful. Do you know how hard this is to do when your parent is an alcoholic and everybody else is sick? I tend to think the scapegoat is probably the thing closest to being mentally healthy, even though they are the alcoholic. Weird. The child who is the scapegoat and the golden child are often pitted against each other. This is known as splitting. It is yet another way to distract the family's primary issues. Examples of a scapegoat child: a child is often sick, seen as weak, or has a chronic condition. A defiant child who has been conditioned to understand that negative attention is better than no attention from their parents or caregiver. That's me. Maybe get in trouble in school, both academically and social. Oh, fuck yeah, I got expelled. I didn't get expelled from my high school. I got expelled from my district. May experience more and or harsher abuse compared to the other siblings or family members. Yes. I was singled out when it came to beatings. Okay. My brothers did not experience what I went through. All right. I'm not going to go through the therapy stuff because we'll be here for a while. The caretaker, otherwise known as the enabler or martyr, attempts to keep everyone in the family happy. Okay, so the caretaker is the Al-Anon. Okay, so that you know what we're talking about. Even if it means denying the real issues at hand, both children and adults can play this role. They can. The oldest, if they may take it on. Okay. My brother acted like he turned it like he did, but he was responsible. But he was responsible to his shit. It didn't have anything to do with family. Which ultimately, both the children and adults can play this role, which ultimately denies the experience of dealing with central issues. As the caretaker continues to pick up the pieces in order to prevent meltdown, breakdown, or rock bottom, while this keeps the family balanced in an unhealthy way, it actually prevents the family from healing and moving forward in a healthy manner. Examples of a caretaker. Now, here again, I know we're alcoholics, but let's take a look at us. It's not that hard to take a look at us now. A parentified child stepping into one or both parents are unable to due to addiction, mental health disorders, and or chronic health conditions. What? Yes, this person can go on to use. An adult acting in a codependent manner and attempting to manage the family's problems right away without allowing anyone else to deal with the negative consequences, even when at fault. Right. So the thing is, like nowadays, there's a lot of caretakers, right? Kids not getting spanked, kids not get, there's a lot of different things that we could say on this, right? But protecting our children from the consequences. Yeah. My wife did that a lot with me. All right. The hero. The hero appears to be high-functioning, well-balanced individual who the family can point to as a solid example that backs up the family's facade of doing well. I'm going to let you know now, they are also the sickest one, and these people hardly ever get help. But what they will do is go on to be psychiatrists, psychologists, and therapists. But they never do any of the work themselves. What they don't do is go to Al-Anon. What they don't do is go to ACA. What they don't do is sit down and do a 9th step with their brother. Okay? They won't face it at all. The hero allows the family to continue perpetuating the notion that everything is fine. And this is what happens on the other side of my family. This continues to happen. Despite there being some serious issues going on with individuals as well as the entire family system. The hero, as a child, may be parentified and taken on the role of a spouse when their parents is physically or emotionally unavailable. Now, I think this happened with my brother because my mom was a single mom until Scott was 3 or 4, and Scott remembers a lot. So he may feel the immense pressure to carry the family's appearance of success and achievement. I think he noticed that, and he became an astute member of society and things. He does a lot of good things for as sick as he is. They may insert themselves to help resolve familial issues. My brother never did that. No, he gives you the "I'm sorry you feel that way." Okay, the mascot. All right, AA's full of these people too. They're full of mascots and scapegoats, right? The mascot in the family. The mascot uses humor and goofiness to distract from serious issues. They may feel immense pressure to step in when situations become tense and volatile. When they diffuse a situation successful, this reinforces the pressure on them to continue to distract the family from their issues. The mascot. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the mascot is. They are a beating post. They're a beating post. Oh, you know, not. My sister was the mascot, and she never used to say what was on her mind. And me, and I love my sister. Okay. Even as a child, I didn't like to fight, but somebody messed with my sister, I kicked the crap out of them. Okay. But she got out of it. She got out of it. And I'm proud of her. Okay. Because listen what happens with the mascot. Okay. Interrupts volatile situations with humor. Oh, this was my brother Trevor. I apologize. Interrupts volatile situations with humor. And he was good at it too. Acts of a place of anxiety and trauma. May experience bouts of depression. I also noticed that if there was something big going on between my parents, that my brother Trevor would get in trouble and those other problems for them went away. It was a codependency kind of thing. So, but I get it. You know, I don't want my parents fucking fighting either. And then, how many people we got here? We got any writing going on? Yeah, we do. Okay. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on. All right, we got a little bit more here to go though. I'm going to skip the addict because you're not going to hear anything new. Okay, the lost child. The lost child. This is what my sister was, and it can be, aside from the alcoholism's loneliness, the lost child gets it too. Okay, they understand it too. The lost child attempts to blend in the background as much as possible to keep themselves safe and avoid rocking the sinking boat. They may feel ignored, neglected, and scared to draw attention to themselves, especially in abusive households. Parents may use them like the hero role to exemplify how great the family is doing, since they aren't causing any trouble. The lost child may be described as a loner, may have difficulty developing social skills and self-esteem. I'm going to add something else in here for the lost child. They're also probably the ones that will commit suicide at a young age. Okay. Suicide at a young age, the lost child. What is the golden child syndrome? Hadn't heard about this before. Let's cover it real quick. The golden child syndrome is often seen with families have a parent or parents with narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, we're not going to go into that. No. We're going to stray away from that one. All right. Sam, good to have you. Yeah, we got some people on here. Good to have you, man. And so that gives us a good idea of where we may have sat in the family. And, you know, the more we know about this, the more we can understand ourselves, the more we're going to be. Yeah, it has been a bit, huh? It's okay. I'm glad to see you're doing good, man. You know, sometimes we go away and we're doing other things, but we're still doing good, you know. It hurts sometimes, but, you know, trudging together is about finding your place and moving on. So a lot of people move on, but they move on to be, you know, more successful. While I've been talking, I've been looking for my big book and I haven't found it. So I'm going to give a concerted effort for it now. See my bag? All right. So let's talk about now that we know some of this, okay? Now we can really, there you go. And that's what we were talking about earlier. Finding my meeting in person, good problems these days. See, when we have a positive attitude, our problems aren't problems. They are just what they are, okay? So it's easier to solve a problem with a positive attitude. But having a positive attitude doesn't solve a problem. Okay. I bet you could probably know where I'm going in this book, huh? There's a whole freaking chapter in here. So we usually don't start out at the beginning of it. There's some things that we know now. Father knows he's to blame. It may take him seasons of hard work. But what I want to do is just cover the first 3-4 paragraphs in the family afterward. All right. There's a lot of information in here. And I'll make it as entertaining as I can. Not that it's boring. It depends on who you are. So this very first paragraph is going to tell you the basics of Al-Anon. And listen to this, man. It's good stuff. Our women folk have suggested certain attitudes a wife may take with the husband who is recovering. Perhaps they created the impression that he is to be wrapped in cotton wool and placed on a pedestal. Whew, that ain't gonna work. No, even wrapped up, we're gonna find a way to drink. In fact, what you've done is just you give us clarification that we're well and that we can drink again. That's actually what we have told our minds. Successful readjustment means the opposite. All members of the family should meet upon the common ground of tolerance, understanding, and love. This involves a process of deflation. And that deflation needs to start with us. Okay? We have been chosen. God said, hey, in your family, you're the person that's going to be doing this. Okay? And when we do this, we need to do it out loud. If we do it secretly, then our family cannot see what we're doing. And they need to see what we're doing. The alcoholic, his wife, his children, his in-laws, each one is likely to have fixed ideas about the family's attitude towards him or herself. Yeah, it's not just the alcoholic. Okay? And why is that? Because, and it's not just alcoholics, I'm going to tell you, there's an addiction out there that a lot of people fall into, and that's the drama of other people's lives. Right? When I was drinking, if the cops pulled up and it wasn't my house, I was happy. What's going on? Now, I know it's not my house, but then I'm concerned about my neighbors. Are they okay? I have some older neighbors. I want to make sure they're growing up. Whoo! Yeah, Sam, you and I need to talk sometime. It's where I grew up. I grew up in the system, brother. Sanitarium by Metallica was my song. And it's good to have you, man. It's been months. I haven't seen you in a while, dude. And I have it memorized because Tony Stark. I don't memorize names very well, but it was the Stark thing, and so I remember it. So each family member kind of has an expectation here, huh? But we don't work off expectations anymore. So remember, what they are doing is the thing that we taught them to do while we were drinking. So it's not going to just take us some time to get out of these things. It's going to take them some time also. And why? Is it not because each wants to play the lead? Okay. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't play God. Yeah. What is the boundary on that? Yeah. It's a great point, man. Is not each trying to arrange the family show to his liking? Is he not unconsciously trying to see what he can take from the family life rather than give. I watch my kids and I watch my wife do this all the time. And I don't get on them. I just have discussions. I'm like, well, well, there's that, and that's a good idea. But what if we were thinking about this? What, what is it, that we could talk about where we could maybe come to an agreement on this, right? Because from here, we're going to be having tough conversations. And I don't know about you, but when I was drinking, I wasn't very approachable. And even to this day, it seems like I'm not very approachable. So I do everything that I can. But once you get to talking to me, you'll tell me everything. Right? I'm just one of those people. Once that hump is gotten over, you'll tell me your whole life. Sensation of drinking is but the first step away from a highly strange, abnormal condition. A doctor said to us, years of living with an alcoholic is almost sure to make any wife or child neurotic. The entire family, to some extent, is ill. Let families realize as they start their journey that all will not be fair weather. Each in his turn may be footsore and may struggle. There will be alluring shortcuts and bypaths down which they may wander and lose their way. I like that, but I'm going to do one more paragraph. Suppose we tell you some of the obstacles a family will meet. Suppose we suggest how they may be avoided, even converted to good use for others. That's our key right there. See, when we live in the solution, we can take something that's wrong and turn it into a solution that'll work for everybody. Okay? Now, let's use the box as the theory, not thinking outside the box. Our box is a little different. Okay? Our box was a self-imposed prison, which we had been stuck in for years. So once we break free of that and find out that grass is actually green, I'm not kidding. A lot of people go through it. They're like, they suddenly see color. They wake up one day and they suddenly see color. Okay? Your life had been blocking beauty out of the world because you told it to. Because you told it to. The family of an alcoholic longs for the return of happiness and security. My situation, my kids didn't have that in the first, so they didn't know what it looked like in the beginning anyway. So I have to do it a little bit differently. I have to show better examples, and then I have to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing with them. And that makes it a little bit easier. I know it sounds like mansplaining, but I'm a dad and I'm doing the best that I fucking can. Because I screwed up bad, man. Okay? I don't regret what I did. No. If I regretted what I did, I wouldn't have my kids here today. Okay? All right. They remember when father was romantic, thoughtful, and successful. Today's life is measured against that of other years. When it falls short, the family may be unhappy. All right. So here's the thing. Yeah, you got some great points. Sam, you're on fire, man. And if you ever want to come on here, do a live with me, let me know, Sam. You seem like a person that's willing to kind of speak their mind. So I'm always looking for somebody to come on here and take the other side. Darren, you're full of shit. Now, what are we talking about here? I'm kidding. Not through that, but it's always good to have another person. Now, here's the problem. Is the expectation is that we will go back to the way that it was. But the thing is, the way that it was is gone. Okay? Do you think we could take Zoom out of AA meeting now? Ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But yet we have a lot of people, woe is me, saying, I just wish AA was the way it was. I wish AA was the way it was back in the 90s, man. Okay? That's when I felt best. That's when I felt best. The old buildings will eventually be replaced by finer ones. The new structures will take years to complete. Now, here's the thing is, even though it's not going to go back to what it was, what you're going to get is something that's much better. It's going to be replaced by something better and different. Okay? Something new. Something new. Which you deserve. You really do deserve that. Father knows he is to blame. It may take him many seasons of hard work to be restored financially, but he shouldn't be reproached. Perhaps he will never have much money again, but the wise family will admire him for what he is trying to be rather than what he is trying to get. I've written here, be a good person and a good father. You know, before I was trying to get, I thought, yeah, I need to get, the more I get, the better I feel. And I find that the less that I have, the more free I feel. If that makes sense. I like this one right here. A little stretching. I gotta get stretching here. Nothing I love more than the ones who will call me out through accountabilities. Yep. Those are friends. I hate yes people. Oh, Dion, you're right. And I don't do tricky stuff like say something wrong intentionally to see if people. We call those head games, and I don't do that. But yeah, it's nice when and I get that, Sam, because I'll get out of my lane. It happens to me, and what'll happen is I will get a message from somebody saying, Dion, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? These aren't your intentions. And so I'm going to let you know what's going on there, Sam. These people understand what your intentions are. Now, the only way you can really let other people know what your intentions are is rigorous honesty. It's the only way there. So guess what? That's huge fucking progress, Sam. That is huge progress. The moment that we enjoy constructive criticism, you've made it to a place where a lot of things just won't bother you like they used to. They may still bother you, but you will move on in a matter of seconds. Your mind will be replaced by something much better. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to call them the real ones. I just don't like because if there's real ones, then there's fake ones. That's because there is. No way around that. No way to philosophize around that one. Not for me anyway. So, all right. Well, 33 minutes plus 25 minutes equals an hour. I've done an hour of AA today in my meetings. So I am thinking of something, and since you guys are here, I'm kind of throwing it out. I am thinking about making the Daily Trudge inclusive. Yeah. And I have my reason. Here's my reason. See, I don't hide stuff, and I'm not even going to hide it from general public. Because I know that alcoholics will want, if they can't have it, they'll want it. Right? It's psychology, but I'm not going to hide it. What do I mean by that? That means if you want to be a part of the Daily Trudge, it's invite only. So what I'll do is just make a group. I'll make a private group, and it'll just be for those people. And that's where I will do the Daily Trudge. The lives I'll do, but I want my people. Nah, Sam's getting it. Yeah. So just another way to try and get people in, right? So without interfere. I don't like hopping in other people's groups and saying, come join my group. I find that rude. If you did that in my group without asking me, there you go, Dion. There's your answer. See, sometimes all you need to do is talk and your answer will come out. So what I need to do is get a hold of the group and say, are you okay if I'm trying to grow my group? Is it okay? And they say yes or no, and I can move on. There we go. Simple. Like, it's simple answers, simple stuff. So thank you for letting me do this. I really enjoy doing these types because then I get to use my experience from AA and I get to use my education. I don't put the letters after my name and stuff, but I do have education in the field. I have a lot. So, but I enjoy this natural trust kind of thing, as opposed to if I put those beyond my names, then I would be required to follow certain rules, and those rules don't align with God's. I love you all. Sam, feel free to reach out here. I don't know if you know how to send me a text. I may not reply today. I'm still feeling 725199720. Send me a text first. I had an anxiety attack yesterday. I'm still kind of feeling it, and going on 3:30. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. We pick a couple topics, have you on once a week. I'd love to do that. It's what it's all about, man. I'm waiting for people to come on. Or you might do it and say, Dion, you suck. I'm going to start my own. And I'll be like, that's awesome. Who knows? I've been doing this a long time. A lot of people have tried to copy me. It doesn't work. You got to stay consistent every day. All right. I love you. It's been 40 minutes and I need to shut up. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.